Hey everyone, today I am talking about breast pumps, specifically the Lansinoh Smartpump and the Ameda Mya Joy. Those are the two breast pumps that I tried. My baby Reese is now 14 months and I've been breastfeeding and pumping for what feels like a very long time. Just a little background, I didn't pump at all the first month that I had her. Then I started using the Haka a little bit to start a little freezer stash, and only using my Lansinoh Smartpump when I was away from her. So when I missed a feeding, I would use that. And then when she was around 3 or 4 months, I decided I really wanted a bigger stash, so I started pumping daily for a good month or two, just to create a little bit bigger of a freezer stash. There's a little bit of peace of mind that comes with that. I'm sure you mamas know. And since then, I only pump when I'm at work. I work 3 full days a week. And if I miss a feeding, like if me and Kyle go on a date, or my mom or mother-in-law has her for a little bit and she needs a feeding, then she'll get a bottle of breast milk and I'll pump. Other than that, I generally nurse. Okay, let's talk about the Lansinoh Smartpump. So here it is. I actually have 2 of these. I got them through my insurance. So I guess I have pretty good insurance because I got 2 pumps when I had a baby, which is awesome. So I applied through one of those breast pump agency companies and they ran my insurance, and I actually picked the Lansinoh one because my sister-in-law recommended it. She said she liked it. And I have overall been pretty happy with the Lansinoh Smartpump. So it has first of all, it has an app that I've never actually used. Some people love it, some people don't. So it works great even if you don't want to use the app. It has this cord where you can plug it in to the wall, and then it also can run on batteries. So I think it takes 6 batteries. Yeah, it's 6 batteries. And so you can use it just off of battery power. So I feel like the number one thing I have loved about this is that it works with their bottles, obviously. So these are the bottles that Reese took to. She was a picky bottle baby. And these were the bottles that luckily she ended up liking. So I bought a bunch of extra ones of these bottles. I bought some of the big ones too. These are the bottles I used for storage. These are the bottles she ate with. And so it was really nice to just transfer the milk into one bottle, have it in the fridge. I would freeze it, or if later I needed to go somewhere, then there was already a bottle in the fridge and we just would put on a nipple and then we were good to go. So that was pretty awesome. Also, the Lansinoh bags are what I ended up using. Here they are. So they freeze really well flat, which is awesome. They have a little tick up at the top where you can put the date and volume. So they give you like ounces, but I wouldn't go off of this when you freeze them. I always like measure it on the bottle, like 6 ounces here, and then pour it in, because I don't know, I'll pour 3 ounces in here and it'll stay up till 6 because I don't know, maybe this isn't flat enough or whatever. So I would always measure your ounces in the bottle. But these freeze really nice and flat. They have they can be poured out really easily through the lid. Yeah, I've been very happy with these bags. I've actually never used any other bags, but I've liked these bags. I have had a couple get a hole in them, which I don't know how that happens, and that's like really sucks when that happens. And I always stick them like straight in the freezer, freeze them flat, which I don't know, maybe they freeze a little pointy. That's always a bummer. But anyway, that's been one of the big things I've really liked about this pump. Another thing is I really think the flanges are very comfortable. I've never had any pain or any really discomfort. I've had a pretty, just in general, good experience with it. The parts come apart very easily to clean. You really get the hang of it once you've cleaned it a few times. Everything just kind of pops out. Give it all a good scrub, dry it, then you put it back together, and I don't know, it becomes kind of second nature, especially when you're doing it like 3 times a day at work. I also like how it has stimulation mode and expression mode, and it automatically pops over from stimulation to expression. It starts automatically too in like a middle suction thing, so it's perfect for first-time moms like me who like had no idea what kind of suction I would need. I honestly most of the time don't even adjust it. I just go off of the automatic settings and it works out fine. It does 2 minutes on stimulation and then switches to expression, and that is great. A couple cons that you should probably know about. One is that When it isn't plugged in and it is on battery power, it is not as strong, so you're gonna have to turn it up a little if it's just on battery power, which isn't a big deal, just keep that in mind. Also, the batteries kind of run out kind of fast when you are using the batteries. So I would only use the batteries when you absolutely have to. It's not the situation where you can just really have it hands-free every day. If you're gonna use it every day, you're gonna wanna be plugged into the wall. Otherwise, you're gonna spend a whole lot of money on batteries. Probably my only other con is this one is kind of loud. I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so this is the stimulation sound. And then this is expression. So it's not terrible, but it is pretty loud, I would say, for a pump. Not that I've been around that many pumps, but I think a lot of people have said that about this pump, which I actually don't mind that it's loud. Like I said, I have one of these at home and one of these at work. And at work, I pump in my office with the door closed. And so I feel like if people are like about to knock on the door, they maybe can hear it and then they'll like, I don't know, go away and wait for a little bit, which is kind of a nice thing. And then when I use it at home, I mean, it's not a big deal that it's kind of loud. I never really pumped while Reese was sleeping. I always pumped when I was trying to build up my stash, like 30 minutes to an hour after she ate in the morning. So she was usually up on her play mat playing. Okay, now let's talk about the Ameda Mya Joy. Here it is. I really, really like this pump too. I was actually gifted this pump a couple months ago as part of an Instagram campaign, and I'm so glad I was. So I would say the biggest pro is obvious. It's tiny. That's awesome. It's so little. It does come with a power cord, so you can wear it plugged in or you can wear it unplugged. You can put AA batteries. It's not that many though. Yeah, it's only 2. And the suction with the batteries is really great too. And your AA batteries will last you a while on this pump, which is awesome. So you really can use it unplugged kind of whenever you want, which is a huge pro. It has a clip on the back so you can put this on your waist or wherever. And I found these flanges to be very comfortable as well. The actual parts just seem really high quality to me. They're just like really thick. It also comes apart really easily. You get the hang of cleaning it. I found myself switching to using this one as my main home pump, and I still have a Lansinoh one at work at the office, which I leave there, which if you can do that, if you can leave a pump at work, oh my goodness, it's wonderful. It's so nice to not have to be able to carry it back and forth. Definitely check if your insurance will provide you with 2 pumps. I think maybe they only do that if it's your first baby, but I'm not sure. Or if you can swing it, if you can purchase a second one, I think it's worth it. But I totally get that maybe not everybody has the budget for that. The Ameda Mya Joy is different than just the Ameda Mya. So the Ameda Mya looks almost identical, and I think it's a really similar size and everything, but it has a rechargeable battery, and these you actually have to put AA batteries in. So I think this one is just a little more affordable, which they probably made this one so that more insurances would cover it. And at first I was worried about what the battery life would be like with just those AA batteries, and it's been really good. Now that I'm not pumping to necessarily build up a stash, and when I'm home I only pump if I miss a feeding, this just works really well. I can actually walk around and do things. If I'm in the passenger seat and Kyle's driving, I can pump while we're driving home. It's just a really, really convenient pump. It's also really quiet. Here, let me press it. So that's stimulation. That's pretty quiet. And okay, this is expression. Yeah, that's really quiet. This pump is also super strong. On my Lansinoh one, I pretty much always just use the automatic settings, whatever they are. It's somewhere in the middle, unless it's on battery and then I have to turn it up. For this one, I usually use level like 4 or 5, and it goes all the way up to level 10. So yeah, this thing is pretty strong. My Ameda pump also came with this nice pump bag, which is so awesome. And I pretty much, just after things are cleaned, I just have it always here ready to go. I actually like to keep this by the garage door, just like loaded, ready to go, with like an extra bottle, an extra bag, like a pump bra, just things in case I just have to walk out the door quickly. And because I always have milk in my freezer, so whoever's watching Reese will be fine. And I never want to miss a feeding. I get really uncomfortable. It's not good for your supply, you know, everything. So it's so nice to have by the door. I also will sometimes grab it if we do have a date night or something, because I'd much rather pump on the way home while Kyle's driving. I'm just in the passenger seats, and get my pump kind of like out of the way, so when I get home I can literally just shower and go to bed and then wash the pump and stuff in the morning. I also found this packet bag on Amazon, which I like to have in my to-go pump bag, because you can just slip a bottle in there with just some ice cubes or something, and it's good for a while. It's a really good cooler, which that's nice to have too. So if I do have to do like a car pump and we're going somewhere else or whatever, then good to go. I can stay in there a few hours and I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I think that is my breast pump review. I hope you guys liked it. Good luck, mamas, if you're about to take on pumping for the first time, or if you're a pro and you're just trying to find out about new pumps. Pumping and breastfeeding is hard work, and you rock. Okay, please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I would so appreciate it. Please also subscribe. I would love for you to join my YouTube family, and I'll see you in my next video.